What do you think cowboys did for a living?
Wrangled cows.
Wrangled cows.
Killed people.
And killed people.
Kill people.
Kill people.
Probably something to do with cows. I mean,
They just herded cows and killed the bad cowboys, right?
oh my. They lassoed horses.
Lassoed horses.
No, I don't know. They fought bad people, or they were the bad people.
Okay.
Lasso cows.
Lasso cows.
Yeah.
Party.
That's where the term comes from.
Well, like, they're like the sheriff, and then they're like, and then the other people would just like, sometimes they'd help the sheriff, or sometimes they'd like rob the local bank.
Describe what you think a town in the Wild West looked like.
Saloons. Not, dare I say, deserts, but kind of that setting.
Arid sort of thing.
Yes, yeah.
Yep.
Like the cracked ground, cacti,
Yep.
rodeo.
It's kind of just like desertish.
Desby, like Arizona, New Mexico sort of thing?
And there's always like two strips of stores. There's like a general store and like an old man who's cranky.
Yep.
And he's like, oh, I know everybody in this town. And then
I'm gonna go with the stereotype
All right, that's
of
fine.
You got your saloon, you got your barber shop,
Yep.
you got a trough for some horses,
Yep.
you got a second saloon just in case the first one burns down because the bad guy who's wearing all black with a black cowboy hat
Yes.
comes and burns it down so that the good cowboys who are wearing leather vests and like leather cowboy hats
Yes.
can then go chase them on the horses.
Okay, yep. From the trough, I assume.
From
right?
yes, yeah, that's where they got the horses.
And where is it? Like a state or a general landscape?
Oh, it really isn't a state. It's just a flat, like sandy type thing where it's not like full sand. It's not a desert.
Yes.
It's obvious. Wouldn't be a desert, but
Yeah.
it's like dry flatlands without it being like a very specific location.
All right, that makes sense.
Dry, no
Dry.
water,
No water.
lots of robbers, and like this good sheriff that saves the day.
Yep.
saves everybody in the town from the robbers that are gonna blow up the bank.
Like Montana, Tennessee, kind of like arid, very dusty, like
Dusty.
covered in dust.
Okay.
There's probably a couple horses tied to like poles or whatever, and probably an old saloon or whatever.
Yep.
Like with a lady.
Imagine a typical day in the life of a cowboy. Describe the scene, like the people, where they are, what they're doing, what they're holding, etc.
You wake up in your caravan
All right,
with all
yep.
your cowboy buds, or you wake up in the cowboy town. Not yet to be a ghost town because people haven't abandoned it
Yes.
because the bad cowboy hasn't come through
Got it, yep.
and burned the saloons to the ground. But you either wake up in your caravan or your town. You eat your beans.
Yep.
You get some what do they call it, hardtack?
Yes.
Yep. You munch that down. You have a nice cup of coffee, but when I say nice cup of coffee, I really mean you ground the beans by hand.
Yep.
You put it at the bottom of your cup and you pour hot water over it.
And then you hope it just works.
And then you hope it works. And then you go about your day. What you're going to want to do is lasso your cow, pull the poker thing out of the fire, brand your cow.
Yes.
And then they come across people and they, for no reason, have a vengeance against them. Whether it be a different racial group like the
Yes.
Indians,
Yes.
hyper depicted as being Indian.
Yes,
in some kind of
yeah.
racist way. And or they come across like their enemy that they haven't seen in like a couple years, and like these guys go way back because they're fighting over a girl.
Yep.
And then there's someone gets shot. Hopefully not the cowboy that ate the eggs. And then he continues on. Then he goes to the town. Then he's like, oh man, I am really thirsty. I'm going to go to the saloon. And then he goes to the saloon, and there's definitely some tussle there.
What sounds / music are present?
You know the high pitched like desert noise where it's like the
well, there's always you always have to have the, dings as the cobweb rules.
Cowbell
tumbleweed.
sort of thing? Or,
Yeah.
Oh, the tumbleweed, yeah.
Well, the tumbleweed one's like, ding, ding, ding.
Okay.
Western music.
Western music. Describe to me Western music.
I don't know.
What kind of instruments are used?
Like,
Is it folksy or is it like kind of like is it more like American folk music or is it like electric guitar sort of thing?
American folk.
American folk music.
Yeah. Mhm.
So a lot of slower tunes.
Yes. Mhm.
All right, not anything really fast. So can you describe a cowboy for me? And I want to hear like their looks, their clothes, and their personality and traits as well.
Okay, clothes, I'm gonna say, some sort of vest, maybe with, the little, starts with a T, I'm sorry,
Starts with T.
the little, tabs almost.
Like tassel.
Yeah, tassels.
Yeah.
Tassels, and then, the boots, as I already described.
Yes.
Maybe a revolver on the side.
Yep.
Because I've seen that. There's obviously going to be the cowboy hat. The bigger
Yes.
the hat brim, the cooler the cowboy.
Alrighty.
So, and then I'm not kind of just basic clothing. Looser fitting pants.
Yep.
You probably either gray or tan.
Talks like this. Nice southern twang. Got the bucket hat, like the 10-gallon hat.
Yep.
Got a 6-shooter on each hip.
Yep.
Got the boots with the spurs. Rides the
Yep.
horse. Goes yeah.
There's different types. Some can be nice.
Yep.
Some can be mean.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Is there any middle ground, or are they all nice or mean?
There's some middle ground. That's usually.
Well, they're always gunslingers. I always picture them being knowing what's up, but kind of sly.
Yes.
I picture the traditional cowboy as being either wicked overconfident or a mysterious uncool boy who
Yes.
ends up shooting up the town and then gaining popularity.
You see, my mule don't like people laughing. It's the crazy idea you're laughing at him. Now, if you apologize like I know you're going to, I might convince him that you really didn't mean it.
Are you a fan of Western-themed movies and other media?
I don't make a habit of watching them, but if they're on, I won't turn them off.
It depends. Sometimes they're pretty good, and sometimes they're pretty awful.
I find them funny. I don't know,
like TV shows or
No, commercials.
commercials?
When they have
Cowboys.
Western people, yeah.
Kind of. I think the concept is interesting.
Yes.
And I think life out in the West is really interesting,
Yes.
but I wouldn't necessarily say I really enjoy campy Western films.
All right.
Yes.
Yes.
I am.
All right. Yeah. Do you watch them a lot or?
Yeah, it depends. I
Depends?
guess. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
To an extent,
To an extent.
I think that there's a very stereotypical portrayal of what a Western movie looks like, so it kind of depends. It's a case-by-case type thing.
Does Brokeback Mountain count as a cowboy theme?
I like Clint Eastwood.
Clint Eastwood.
And the scene from Back to the Future is pretty cool, but other than that, I haven't really seen much.
What Clint Eastwood movies do you like?
I don't know. They're escaping me now because I'm in a weird situation.
Spaghetti westerns have revolutionized the way people think about and remember about cowboys in the Wild West, whether they think of Clint Eastwood or amoral anti-heroes who saved the day. However, the power of the John Wayne Western is still evident in both the way people think about sheriffs and what it means to be good in the Wild West, whether they think of the innately good John Wayne or the Sheriff Woody of Toy Story.
What is the first thing you think of when you hear the word cowboy?
Howdy.
Cowboy boots.
Guns.
Guns. What type of gun?
Like pistols.
Pistol. What type of pistol?
I don't know. Long-barreled,
Long barrel,
silver
silver,
pistol.
pistol.
Western movies.
Western movies.
Or
Alright.
like shows. Western
like
movies
shows?
or shows, yeah.
Got it. Boy.
Cowboy?
Yeah.
Horses, deserts,
Mhm.
cows.
I think of Clint Eastwood.
Clint Eastwood.
Clint Eastwood.